So what's your ultimate goal in this field?
Really, to be honest, is to go down as the best strength and conditioning coach in combat sports history. You know, and I aim high because that's just my mentality. You know, as a fighter, I wanted to be the best fighter. I want to be the best coach. In this sport, in all sports in combat sports performance is more along the lines of these are my types of people. You know what I mean? This is my type of sport. This is my type of environment. You know, so this is why I was drawn to that. And because I was a fighter and because I've been in this sport for a good amount of time, you know, I'm able to correlate a lot of the stuff from a science-based approach and then make it practical for the athletes, for the fighters to be successful. So at the end of the day, yeah, I want to be known as the greatest man to come and coach you guys up.
And I think that the biggest thing is you can connect with us because you're not just a strength and conditioning coach that goes, cool, I've worked with football players, but now I'm coming into MMA. You've done MMA, you know the things possibly that you needed to work on, should have worked on back in the day. And if you would have continued it, this is probably what I would have, should have done.
Man, I say it all the time, man. If I knew what I knew then, back when I was fighting, I'd be way better. But, you know.
What's something, because that's one of my episodes too, is I talk about, like, if you were able to go back in time and tell your, you know, beginning MMA self something, what's something you would have changed back in the day? What's something you think would have been important then that would make you that much better now?
For sure, well, definitely I would say be patient. You know, be patient. I was definitely.
That's the hard part.
yeah. And that's the young person in you, man. You want it now a lot of times. And I was too impatient and I went pro too early. You know, when I had holes in my game that got, you know, obviously, you know, it really exposed. Like in the first fight, I fought Kurt Holloway, who just fought Thiago Moises, and I fought him in his hometown. I was the main event. In my first pro fight, I was the main event, and you know, did well on the feet. Yeah, it was a setup. And he was like 12-0 and had 2 belts and stuff. Hometown hero. I don't know
why you took that fight.
Dean Thomas.
Yeah,
Dean Thomas. He's like,
you
got it though. He's like,
I know you're not watching this, but still, dude.
I wish he was here. He just left, by the way. But yeah, he's a tough kid. But I had a good amateur career. Like I was undefeated. I had just beat a Duke wrestler, like a Division I Duke wrestler. Put him to sleep in his hometown. So I was used to that. I was used to fighting in hometowns, you know, other people's hometown. But it was just like there was holes in my game that I just really should have plugged in before I turned pro. And what ended up happening was, you know, I did good on my feet, took him down, and then he was elbowing from the bottom. So I'm like, oh shit. Like, not used to these elbows. Put my hands on the mat, he swung over, got the arm bar. So it was that stupid of a mistake that cost me my first pro fight, and it just kind of stupid mistakes down the line where I could have been, if I would have been patient, got more time in the cage, especially from an amateur perspective, because when I fought as an amateur, there was no shin pads, there was none of that, you know, and I fought in Louisiana mostly where, man, like the gloves weren't even regulation, you know what I'm saying? So, and there was like knees and things like that. Nowadays, these kids are like padded up to the gills, so, but for now, like I was like, man, I'm already kind of fighting pro, I'm just not getting paid.
Yeah.
So my patience wasn't there, and that's one thing I would say. As far as like training wise, I trained hard. I trained a lot, trained very frequently. I used to do 3-4 day a week or 4-day sessions, you know. And one thing I would say is kind of minimize the sessions a little bit more and optimize the training, right? So training optimally instead of maximally, and also making sure that I'm not running myself into the ground. Because I overtrained pretty hard there.
Well, that's actually, it's funny, I'm starting to learn that now. Like when we talk about pride and you telling people, like, hey, maybe you should take a break. Conan, when I first got here, was like, hey, you have 10 weeks until your fight, what are you doing sparring? I'm like, oh, I just want to help. He goes, no, we go back to your room. And you go watch from the balcony, and I'm like, put my hand on the window. I want to spar. But it made sense. And now when I come back, like I might be a few weeks from my fight, I'm taking Wednesdays off. Because I know Monday and Tuesday I'm going really, really hard. I'm taking Wednesday off, but when I take Wednesday off, I'm doing an active recovery. I'm doing a run, a sauna, a stretch, and then Thursday, Friday I go hard. Saturday's kind of like that one workout, so it's like I'm just pushing through. Sunday relax and just repeat. And that's something I'm trying to really implement, because it's hard to do, but it's also in my head to go, it's okay to relax.
I know, bro. I still go through it today. I still do it. You know, even now being, you know, I powerlift, I go to jiu-jitsu, I train, but then when I'm like, oh man, I really don't want to miss this training session, but I know I need to because my body needs to rest, or I need to focus on other things outside of just training. And dude, it's still with me. It's still always going to be with me. But you need to be smart enough to know that you're not doing the wrong thing by resting and recovering some type of active recovery. Again, just think about it as another form of training. You know?
And that's a huge thing. But guys, if you're interested in any of this stuff, he does have a YouTube. If you want to shout it out, and an Instagram slowly coming back up.
I know. So I got shut down from UFC again, second time, from a 2017 post. But we'll be back up on there. It's at Daru Strong. You can also follow me on Twitter at Daru Strong. My website is darustrong.com. Very easy. And then for my YouTube, Phil Daru Strong. You can type in that search. And I have plenty of videos out there. We're putting out constant content each and every day, pretty much. And then also I have an archive section where I go over podcasts like this. And also have my own podcast, Fight Strength Podcast. So you can check that out on iTunes and Stitcher and all that stuff. So.